Let's get started right away. Workhorse is a bargain right now. When I look at the price, it's currently at $14.17. I can see that on Friday, it dropped 9.4%, and on Thursday, it dropped 5.73%. So that's a 15.13% drop over the course of 2 days. So absolutely, it's at a relatively low point. So I then asked myself, why did I get into the stock when it was $14.87? Right now, we are 70 cents under my average. Do I regret it? I really don't. I still believe in the stock in the long run. I also believe that this stock will squeeze as well, maybe even a gamma or a short squeeze. I'm looking for a triple play here, okay? And I will probably buy the dip on Tuesday even. I think that this stock will go up over time, and we are looking at a low point right now. When you look at this stock from a 1 month, vantage point, okay, you can see that it has a good support level around $13.83. This can be seen with the amount of times it reached that point during the month of June and July. We have July 2nd, we have June 22nd, the 16th, the 15th, the 7th, and the 3rd as a few points. So it really hasn't gone below that much recently, and based off that, it does still seem like a good time to get into Workhorse. I mean, with this thought process that I have, again, I'm taking into consideration what the analysts say. Let's check out and see what they say. On Webull, we have 14.29% of them saying strong buy, 14.29% of them saying buy in general, and 71.43% saying hold. No one is currently saying to sell this. No one is currently saying that it's underperforming. We can also see the price targets that the analysts have. The high is $20, the average is $12.70, and the low is $6. So again, $14.17 is very close to that middle point. But once we take the data into consideration, and I think of the potential for Workhorse to squeeze, we can see that it's a top contender to squeeze based on the data. Also, if we look at it from a day interval standpoint, we can see right here that we are still in a bullish trend for this stock when we look at the super trend. This is especially seen since the stock jumped from $9 to $13 in 1 day on the 3rd of June and has maintained above that for over a month. Also, in the 1 hour chart across many days, we can even see, so let's switch over to the 1 hour chart so I can show you. In the 1 hour chart across many days, we can see that the RSI even shows that the stock is oversold as well. So it is a buy the dip opportunity in my opinion. So overall, I'm still bullish on Workhorse, and there's some other things, there's some other people and even other big YouTubers that have the same sentiment. The only two big factors, in my opinion, that seem to be pulling down Workhorse in the short term is first, that they didn't get the USPS contract, though they are battling out in court over it, which makes sense that they are because at the end of the day, they didn't get a fair shot at it. Second, they also have a 10% stake in Lordstown Motors with an anti-dilution clause for 2 years. I mean, Lordstown Motors does have a DOJ probe right now. So in the short term, we could potentially see this stock fall depending on how those two situations pan out, especially since Lordstown Motors warned that they might not even have enough cash to last another year. But I think that we would have seen a bigger decline by now because of that news. So it seems that those factors may have even already been factored into the current price of the Workhorse stock, as we still haven't really broke through that 13.83 point. On the flip side, though, we know that Workhorse delivered 6 trucks in the first quarter. We can also see looking at this finance page right here, that from an annual basis, they have had a 269.80% change in revenue, as shown here in 2020. So a lot of promise for this company specifically. So there are still a lot of good positives on Workhorse as a company, and hopefully we'll see that growth. So let's go in and let's dive into that data for Workhorse, including the short interest. And if you're getting value from this video so far, please smash that like button for me. It really does help. In Ortex, we can see that Workhorse is sitting at 36.5% for the current short interest percentage of the free float. That's a decent change from yesterday as it is a negative 3.78% decline. If we look at the cost to borrow average, though, we can see that it's 6.77%. That's a pretty good number. Also, the current days to cover is at 3.38 days, but the most fun data that I love to see always is the utilization rate. It's sitting at 92.40 utilization, which is still pretty high. In the Webull app, going back to the Webull app, we can check out the order flow. Looking at it, there seems to be a $1.5 million worth of outflow that occurred on Friday. So hopefully we'll see more inflow in the future days to come, which I expect to happen on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Next, we're going to check out the movements of the day. Today was pretty rough, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it too much. You know, today was a pretty red day. Workhorse dropped 9.40% for the day, but in the after hours, we saw a little bit of positivity. We did see a comeback with a 1.06% increase. So that's a pretty interesting change of pace for the stock. For the day, we did open up at $15.31, and then 9 minutes later, it jumped to the intraday high of $15.82. We then had a good amount of momentum pushing the stock down under the VWAP, and right around 11:30, something interesting happened. We did see a change of pace for this stock. We saw a huge increase. Number one, we saw a huge increase in volume. It was a very big amount of volume. 876,000 shares in 1 minute, where the stock dropped tremendously. And then a few minutes later, we reached the intraday low of 1379. Luckily, we did make a rebound by a bit to, 1440, which was right here. And then, we bounced in between 1409, 1435 for the rest of the day before closing at 1417. Again, up in the after hours. So that does show a good sign for what will happen on Tuesday because, it's a holiday weekend. So the other thing to look at is the volume. What is the volume? Today, we had a total volume of 19.51 million. And on Thursday, we had a 12.94 million volume for the day. So that's a pretty big jump from Thursday. And it is actually pretty close to the average of 19.2 million. So, at the end of the day, we're holding a pretty good volume. And I think, again, next week we will see even more volume to come. So next, we're going to check out Ape Wisdom. I love this page, Ape Wisdom, right here, because it definitely shows us the trending stocks on Reddit for the past 24 hours. And Workhorse, last time I mentioned it, Workhorse was at 17, right? Right now, it's at 13, which is really exciting. We moved up 4 spots, so not too bad. As always, I invite everyone to please join our subreddit page if you haven't done so yet, and start sharing the good word about Workhorse. There is a link in the subreddit in the description below as well. So right now we have about 9.2 thousand members, so some solid growth of about 100 members for the day. So please check out the community after you watch this video. So hopefully this video is helpful. If you have anything that you would like me to add into these videos about Workhorse for the future, please comment down below. Also, for a limited time, if you want 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300 from Webull by depositing only $5, please use the link in the description below. It really does help out our channel. Finally, if you like this video and want me to continue following Workhorse this closely, please hit the like button, subscribe, and as always, have a great trading day on Tuesday. You lucky people. Take care. Bye-bye.